Good morning, Bears, and welcome to our Monday last week of DNA traits. We're going to kind of condense it into 3 weeks because we've got a lot more to do. Believe it or not, we only have about 15, 16 weeks left in the school year. Half of those are history. So that means 8 or 9 weeks of science, and I want to get to environment and ecological issues and things like that because that's a really fun time. So we're going to wrap up DNA and reproduction this week by talking a little bit more about spiders, how traits are passed down, which, as we saw with Raiden last week, she's got a great handle on it. A little bit about mutations like the X Factor and the X Men, and then see why some athletes have more strength than others, or faster, or stronger, or maybe even shoot a basketball, or eye hand coordination for hitting a baseball. So we'll tie it into athletes, maybe a little superheroes with the X Men, and wrap this week up. So it's a Monday basic, get us going, a little bit of review with a couple of videos, and then we're going to create a top slide, Mandy slide. A level people will write a CER. B level people can write 3 to 4 sentences of their own words about what they learned in the video, a summary of how protein impact traits. And C level people just put some images, read about the concept, and show me some work. What's the number one thing we do on a Monday? Open your slide. So let's go take a look at that right now. Let's open up our slideshow. A new location. This is called Boulder City, Nevada. It's out by Henderson. Really great place. As soon as I'm done with this lesson, I'm doing the lesson today on a Sunday, so you guys will be watching this. Brian will probably already have it all done, but I'm doing this lesson on a Sunday, all posted, ready to go, because I'm going to mountain bike those trails today before the Super Bowl. I'll be out there. And then I'll, of course, on Highland Bear Cinema, you look the video I did yesterday with some other adventures. And then I'll be back for Zoom teaching tomorrow, Monday. I might be mobile, making my way back, but I'll stop and we'll be on Zoom together. And then back at my home in my backyard classroom. And hopefully we'll be back in the classroom together soon. We'll see, as long as it's safe. All right, let's look at our slideshow real quick. So we're going to come in here. It is called Copy of Traits. So because it's Monday, I went ahead and put today's Mandy's. It's also in groups. The links are in groups, but for today, everything you need is in the slide. So what's the first thing we do? Go to Science, open your slideshow. It's called Traits and Reproduction, Week 3, and get started. What's the first thing you want to do when we're done with this lesson? Create your own title slide. Put your name, images. Now, you don't have to do this today. I shouldn't have said first thing, because first you want to know what we're learning about. Now, you could put your name here. You could put something about traits and reproduction, but your title slide might change as you learn more about what we're doing this week. There's your overview of a CER. So we have the CER. We also call them FIST essays. Science Week Basics, read and follow along with slides, check groups for daily lessons and videos, move all vocabulary concept slides to top, modify vocabulary concept slides with images and own words, analysis, CER if directed, Mandy. Usually A-level people are writing CERs. Today we will continue to investigate this question. How can organisms make different protein molecules for a particular feature? We're going to check these links, and we're going to watch these 2 videos. We'll talk about them a little bit in the breakout room and just make sure we understand some basics. And then here's an overview of it as well. Remember reading the Hemophilia Proteins and Genes article? It helped us understand the key concept. Genes give instructions for proteins. Very important. Now remember, this is information you can use in your top slide CER today. Observing the physical model in the video helps us understand this key concept. Each gene version provides a unique, that means only one of a kind, instruction to make a specific protein molecule in an organism's cells. Remember, specific proteins give traits. Very important concept. Genes are instructions for making proteins, which determine the traits of an organism. There are different versions of each gene. Each gene version is a unique instruction for making a specific protein molecule. Different versions of a gene can also be called alleles. Tough word to say. And so here's our Monday Mandy. We're going to watch the video links above, I will put those in groups as well. We will upgrade the gene version concept slide with images. So that's this. We're going to move this to the top. We're going to update it with images and maybe write a couple of words about it or a CER for an A. So we're going to move this to the top. Pay attention to that. And then here's what we're going to be stuck. Here's what you need to write about. Think about what is a trait that an athlete may have that could be impacted by gene versions. So think about the video, think about what you've learned, look at these two slides for evidence, and then think about different sports and what traits could be impacted. So just think about the different things. It could be running, basketball, skateboarding, anything that involves movement. There's certain traits that would help that athlete. And how would they be impacted by gene versions? And just explain that in a CER. So this is just another way of saying it. Write a CER based on what you know now from past lessons and the videos today on what traits of an athlete could be impacted by gene versions. So that's your question. So what are you going to do? You're going to move this up. Notice here it says Tuesday lessons start here. So if you see that, you don't go any farther unless you want to but there's no lesson yet. I'll put that up Tuesday. So we're coming to the gene version, move that to the top, do a little research based on the videos, and write a nice CER based on this. All right, Monday Basic, let's get that done. But let's go watch the videos now. Now I'm going to click the link to show you where it's at, but I want you to click these links. And they should work. Remember, sometimes you have to log in on your phone or with your regular personal Gmail account or with your mom's account if they are blocked. These should not be blocked, but if they are, we will try it. Let's try them now. Maybe we'll go ahead and watch them in here, at least one of them, because you can do the assignment with just one. Let's watch this one.
Here is a cell, the basic unit of all living tissue. In most human cells, there is a structure called the nucleus. The nucleus contains the genome. In humans, the genome is split between 23 pairs of chromosomes. Each chromosome contains a long strand of DNA, tightly packaged around proteins called histones. Within the DNA are sections called genes. These genes contain the instructions for making proteins. When a gene is switched on, an enzyme called RNA polymerase attaches to the start of the gene. It moves along the DNA, making a strand of messenger RNA out of free bases in the nucleus. The DNA code determines the order in which the free bases are added to the messenger RNA. This process is called transcription. Before the messenger RNA can be used as a template for the production of proteins, it needs to be processed. This involves removing and adding sections of RNA. The messenger RNA then moves out of the nucleus into the cytoplasm. Protein factories in the cytoplasm, called ribosomes, bind to the messenger RNA. The ribosome reads the code in the messenger RNA to produce a chain made up of amino acids. There are 20 different types of amino acid. Transfer RNA molecules carry the amino acids to the ribosome. The messenger RNA is read 3 bases at a time. As each triplet is read, a transfer RNA delivers the corresponding amino acid. This is added to a growing chain of amino acids. Once the last amino acid has been added, the chain folds into a complex 3D shape to form the protein.
It's pretty interesting. That's pretty interesting. There's another great video here you guys can go watch. It's going to start. There's once you tap into this, you can do all kind
So
of
we already
research.
know
This
that
shows
chromosomes are
nucleus,
made
DNA,
up of
transcription,
really
processing,
long strands of
peptides,
DNA all
and all the
wound up
information,
into
fun little
into
videos,
themselves.
but we'll stick with that one. You have everything you need there in order to finish this assignment. Now there's another link here. You can click that one. Remember, bottom line, all your directions are right here, Monday Mandy. Also in groups, move this to the top. Make a cool slide about gene version. That's your basics. Remember, it's a short day Monday. We're kicking off. See you guys tomorrow on Tuesday. Here we go.